Welcome to MusicGuru, the channel where rock and metal never die and every classic note still matters.
Alright, so Ritchie Blackmore recently mentioned his favorite band in a live stream interview, and I'm not going to keep you in suspense here in case you haven't heard. He said that his favorite band of all times is ABBA. So, Ritchie Blackmore, known for being one of the originators of heavy metal and hard rock, chooses the ultimate pop band as his all-time favorite band. Should we be surprised by this? Well, I'm going to tell you what I think. But before I do that, we're going to listen to Ritchie Blackmore talk a little bit about ABBA from an interview he gave a while back.
It was funny because to jump to 1976, 77 in Rainbow, we're in a French chateau, we're all sitting around the fire like this. And it was about 4 in.the The place was very haunted by Chopin. That's another story, but Cozy suddenly turned around, Cozy Powell, and said, "You know who my favorite band is?" It's ABBA. And we all went, ABBA, how could you? As in like, and he's like, yeah, I know, but that's my favorite band. And then I said, and mine. And then I think the bass player there went, and mine. And we suddenly all went, let's play some ABBA. And Cozy ran out of the room, came back with his cassette player, put on ABBA, and we sat there listening to ABBA for 4 hours by the fire. These hard rock guys that, we're going to play hard rock.
So what's really interesting there is that this was a conversation that took place between the members of Rainbow, which is arguably Blackmore's peak as a hard rock musician. I'm not saying they're a better band than Deep Purple. I'm just saying they went deeper into the hard rock genre than Deep Purple did. And at the time that Blackmore was most immersed in hard rock, he was infatuated with ABBA, and apparently ABBA remains his favorite band to this day. I don't think we should be surprised by this, given the fact that Blackmore is well known for having an abiding interest in classical music and medieval music, and he's a cellist. And he also, for the last few decades, has played in his band called Blackmore's Night, along with his wife, and they only play Celtic and medieval style music. There isn't any hard rock other than when he briefly reformed Rainbow and did a few shows a few years ago. So basically what I'm trying to say here is that hard rock was only a really brief interlude in Blackmore's musical life. He left an extremely influential footprint over hard rock music. He's one of the great gods of hard rock guitar, and he deserves every single bit of recognition that he gets. He's also an incredible riff master and a great songwriter. Deep Purple is an incredible band. The fact is, hard rock was only a momentary diversion for Ritchie Blackmore, and he is such a great musician that just by briefly immersing himself in the genre, he basically helped define and then redefine the entire form. So this shows you what a great genius he really is, and it also shows you that he has a certain degree of integrity, because the money for Ritchie Blackmore would have been in continuing on in some fashion or another in the hard rock industry, certainly not in dressing up in medieval clothes and playing Celtic music for, people at medieval festivals and fairs and such. So I think we should be grateful that Blackmore gave everything that he had to the hard rock genre, and that he didn't try to milk it for more. And it's unusual for a person that has the opportunity to cash in to not do so. So anyway, this is what I think, but what really matters is what you think. If you have an idea about this or any other topic connected to classic or contemporary music, please drop it in the section below, and remember to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.
MusicGuru here, asking you to help us on our march to 10,000 subscribers.